He eventually started calling me dad, calling her mom. We looked into kind of the adoption process to give our last name to him.
What would you do if your wife or husband cheated on you? That is the question I want to ask to start off today's video, because that is exactly what happened to this man right here, this poor soul. Think you can hurt me? I watched the woman I loved and built a family with for 9 years leave me for a 19-year-old kid that called us mom and dad. Yeah, I think we're gonna be sending someone to the streets today. That right there might just be the saddest and most blood-curdling thing I've read in a while, and considering the stuff we've seen on this channel in the past, that is saying something. But without further ado, let's hear this horrific tale from this poor man.
Follow up with a story time about exactly what happened. Kind of a long story, so I may have to do 2 or 3 of these to cover it. I grew up in a youth home, so that was part of the reason that we were helping this kid. I had several people through the years that have helped me out in similar ways, and I just wanted to kind of give back and be there for somebody else like so many have been for me. So basically we moved this kid in February. We were helping him through his senior year of high school, his last semester, and trying to kind of give him the family that he never had, so to speak. He eventually started calling me dad, calling her mom. We looked into kind of the adoption process to give our last name to him.
Not gonna lie, I'm having a little trouble watching this. Just knowing that this man's wife left him makes this so much more disturbing. Imagine being so nice and empathetic that you adopt someone, let them live in your home, nurture them, give them your last name, and then they just end up porking your wife or husband and ruining your life. I feel for this man. He may or may not ever love again.
Into kind of the adoption process to give our last name to him. And eventually started seeing some things that were not cool. The way they were interacting, spending time together alone. No matter how many times that I tried to have a conversation with them about it, separately, together, all the way around, you know, I was making too big of a deal of things. And basically there was nothing going on. It wasn't until mid-May, early June that I started finding out what was really happening. They were in a relationship, and I don't know to what extent they were involved, but since about mid to end April, and they ended up moving out together in June to go live at her parents'. She left first in the middle of the night, and he followed a couple days later, again under the premise that nothing was going on.
The streets, guys, the streets are calling. You gotta admire this ex-wife's brilliant plan. Just leave your husband of 9 years in the middle of the night for your 19-year-old foster son. This is fucking wild. Oh yeah, and then move in together at her parents' house. Like, you have to wonder how that conversation went. Mom, Dad, can I move back in with you? Oh, and I'm bringing my foster son with me. We're dating now. I've been cheating on my husband with my son. Now, you would think that any remotely sane parents would probably not support this kind of behavior, but that is not the case here. This story somehow gets even more wild.
Just want to know how to proceed forward with this. So at every step of the way through this process, her parents have been there. They're paying for her divorce attorney. They have housed him, given him a truck, paid for him to do things, just completely supported them in every way possible.
So the parents are pretty much just as insane as the wife, it looks like. You can't help but wonder how the parents could possibly be okay with this, but the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess. Also, is this not illegal? I mean, this went from a mother-son dynamic to a relationship. If that's not grooming, then I don't know what is. Just take a moment to imagine if the roles were reversed and a husband left his wife for his stepdaughter. He would be thrown in the slammer immediately, or worse.
Have a conversation with them about it, separately, together, all the way around. You know, I was making too big of a deal of things, and basically there was nothing going on.
So I tried looking for this guy's TikTok account. It's gone. It's deleted. Make of that what you will. But on a serious note, cheating is probably one of the worst things you could do to another person. It is the ultimate act of betrayal and one of the biggest red flags in someone. If there's one common saying that's almost always true, it's that if they're cheating for you, they'll probably do it to you. So with that foundation, I'm sure it'll be a long-lasting, healthy, and stable relationship. And it's been a while since we've sent someone to the streets, but today we're gonna be dusting off those one-way tickets and sending two people to the streets, the ex-wife and the 19-year-old, cause if that's not street material, then I don't know what is. So to the streets you go. What would you do if you were this guy, or vice versa? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for some more juicy videos coming soon to the channel, and until then, stay sexy. Peace.